And so I often wonder if, and these are just my thoughts, because there's not a lot written about Andrew in the Bible. You kind of have to read like other transcripts and interpretations. But I often wonder if sometimes there was a little jealousy or envy because he's the older brother, right? But Simon Peter is getting all this attention. Simon Peter was the one that was more vocal, and Jesus, loved him, so much, and he blessed him. He also rebuked him. So let's not forget that. But Andrew kind of being in the background, right? Doing his thing, being consistent, being devoted to Jesus, being devoted to enhancing the kingdom. You often wonder if sometimes that little bit of jealousy crept in. What about me? Hey, Jesus, like, I'm here. I've been here since day one. Like, I'm your day one, right? But we don't hear anything about that, at least not in the Gospels. So I appreciate that about Andrew too. So it tells me that he was just a man of devotion. And I'm pretty sure that Jesus saw that in him, which is why he was chosen to be his follower. And even though there may have been some jealousy, so to speak, with Andrew, like once he saw Jesus and once he was convinced that that was the Christ, first thing he did, right? Because we're told that in the word, that is in the word of God, he ran to his brother. He ran to Peter, Simon, at the time, and said, "This is the Christ." And then Simon Peter became one of the apostles after that. So I love that about them. I love that they had that relationship. There's some text that I read that mentioned that he went, once Jesus was crucified, and he went and did his ministry in various places, and then he was killed the same way Jesus was. He was crucified. A lot of the disciples, actually, the original disciples, were actually crucified. That was just a thing back then. But Andrew, right, decided that he was not worthy to die the same way that Jesus was. And so the cross that he died on what is told to have been an X cross. And so I find that interesting, right? I don't know. What do you think about Andrew? I love him, actually. And I'm going to try to find some books about him to read up a little more about him. But his devotion to me tells me all I need to know about why Jesus loved him. I love y'all, and I want you to have a good day on purpose.